good afternoon, evening to everyone at the time of recording. Got a pretty big haul beside me of all the stuff that I picked up in December and in late November, because this pickup period includes Black Friday. Well, really, the Monday before Black Friday and beyond, because everybody just went crazy with deals this year. My last few years, I really haven't gone too wild with pickups. I've been buying pretty modestly for a few years now. I just have so much, and I've been trying to work through the backlog. Well, that just meant that so many of these titles, some of them are from years past that I've just never picked up until now. So we'll go ahead and start going through these. Some of these came via coincidence, and what I mean by that is I didn't pick them up for any particular price point or deal. They just happened to release in this time frame, and we're going to start that with a couple of these Evercade cartridges. I've got the Data East Arcade 2 and Toaplan Arcade 3. So these are arcade cartridges for the Evercade. They were released, I believe, in November. So, and I had them pre-ordered, so they just happened to be sent in the appropriate time frame. Dig these out of this mess. A couple of more December releases. Well, we got more Evercade. I've got, this is a dual cart. It's got, what's that, Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. Metal Dragon. That looks like a D. Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. So that's two retro-inspired games, modern retro games. And then Toaplan Arcade 4. So we've got 6 more arcade games there from that developer. So these go right into the Evercade pile. Evercade is really, really fun to collect for. I need to do a better job of playing the games, but they're really fun to collect for, so that's nice. I got this from the good people at VGP up in Canada. Really nice to work with them. Also in the form of coincidences, I'm the only one I know that collects Evercade. Yeah, it's a pretty cool ecosystem. I still have technically time. There's one more beat on an Evercade cart that I'd like to get done for the bingo. It'll satisfy a bingo square, and it's like a 15-20 minute beat. So, but I gotta hook the system up and work my way through it. And I'm giving myself until Saturday to get that done. So I might find the time between now and then. This is GameLib Pocket. This was kickstarted. I haven't opened it. All it is, it's nicely designed, but it's just a miniature deck of playing cards and a set of black and white wooden cubies. And with those 2 pieces of kit, they are releasing a 52 instructions for games you can play. So every week of the new year, they're releasing games that you can play with this. A lot of the games will be classics. A few of them will be newly conceived games for this game set. This was a very inexpensive Kickstarter, and I kind of liked it, so I went ahead and backed it, and I was able to get that. Another Kickstarter I backed is the Paper Apps. These are print and play games. Galaxy is the newest one, but I picked up Golf and Dungeon as well. I think Dungeon's first. So these are just little spiral notebooks, but all the way through, it's a a roll and write, because it's already printed, but it's a roll and write campaign from start to finish. So really neat idea. I thought it was pretty cool. You can check out the developer, his website. I thought it was pretty dang cool. I hadn't seen these before. He got to his 3rd one before I took notice of these. So as part of his Kickstarter, I was able to pick up one of each of the games that he's designed. So also, as one of the add-ons was this D6 pencil. It was kind of a silly $4 upcharge, but you can roll it and then use that as your die roll, depending on the game. So, and then the newest one, Paper Apps Galaxy. This is the 3rd one he's designed, and in my opinion, this might be just at a glance, this kind of had mechanics that I was most interested in playing. So my hope is that I didn't buy these just to buy them, that I'll actually work my way through at least one of these books in this year, because it's kind of an interesting thing. and then you get a score and keep up your campaign through the whole book. So I thought it was a really neat idea. I was glad to back it, and like I said, it just happened to get to me at the end of the year. So, all right, see you, Scotch. And then came with a little badge. All right, those were Kickstarters. We're in the realm of board games, so let's get through a couple of my board game pickups real quick. This is an expansion pack for Star Realms. There's many different expansions for Star Realms. Excuse me. In my experience, these are a little tough to track down and find these days without overpaying for them. But this showed up on Amazon for like $3 or $4, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. So this is Crisis Heroes, so I can add that into the base game. Excuse me. For the holiday, Target had some half-price board games, and again, I have been limiting what I've been buying, but sometimes the price is too good and you just got to give it a shot. Excuse me for a second while I take a drink. So I picked up the Gateway of Disney Lorcana. So this is like the introduction set to learn how to play. I really enjoy buying these kind of entry-level products, even if I never go any further into the game's ecosystem. I really find it cool to have these kinds of products, because you can really just break this out and you can play it 10, 20, 30 times and have fun and unique experiences without ever adding anything else to it. So, and again, at half price, this was normally sells for $25, which is a really good price, but of course I got it for $12.50. A lot of people find it kind of gauche to talk about pricing all that much. I will be discussing pricing on a lot of these things because, like, for me, a lot of the excitement isn't all the stuff I could buy, but it's what I can buy at certain price points. I mean, anybody could just buy a bunch of stuff. I don't really find that all that enthralling, especially for a new product. You know, this isn't a retro game pickup where you can, you know, get some good luck and find something cool. So I will be discussing pricing on a lot of this, so if you think that's a little tacky or whatever, I'm sorry, but that is a little bit of what drives me on some of these purchases. Another board game I picked up for the party holiday season. This is a game I recently learned. Actually, I think I learned about it this year, even though it's not that new of a game. It's called Just One. It's a very cool password-style guessing game. It's very, very simplistic. All the rules. I've been kind of into very, very condensed and reduced games lately, so this is very good. You've got to get someone to guess a one-word clue, and everyone can only give one-word clues for them to get it, and then any duplicate clues get eliminated. So you want to be, in your clue giving, you don't want to be so obvious that other people will be giving the same clues, but not so obtuse that they can't understand what you're trying to get at. Seems like a really, really good time. I did bring it to one of my holiday parties. We had a lot going on and it never got cracked open, so this one's still new. And then this one I didn't even know about. It just popped up on my Amazon recommends. Trivial Pursuit brand drop trivia game. It's pretty cool. I'm always looking for trivia games that are accessible for everyone, and how this one works is it gives you you get a card with 6 items on it that you have to, as a team, list in a certain order, like from largest to smallest or oldest to newest or whatever, and then it goes back and forth. So you don't really have to have the knowledge, you just have to take your best guesses at the order of things, and then when the other team goes, you can, you know, learn what they got right and got wrong, and you can try to add on to that. So it adds a level of accessibility. We did play this one around over Christmas, and it was pretty fun. Not the most fun thing ever, but it's a pretty nice little electronic game. I recommend it. This one, I believe, normally sells for $20, but when I got the Amazon recommendation for it, it was only $10. And since I was doing, you know, free Prime shipping, there was no reason not to give it a try. So I enjoyed adding that one to my stash here. We'll do another quick one some of you have seen before. My buddy Derek up in Canada, he knew I was interested in these, and he found someone selling them. These are Arcade Classics brand little model kits, kind of Lego style model kits to create these little arcade machines. They created 6 of them, and this is the whole set. These are from a previous owner, and they are all already put together, all 39 pieces, but I don't mind that so much. I'll take them out of the box and I can display them and put them in with some of my other arcade game displays. So those are really, really fun. I like that a lot. I appreciate Derek for thinking of me and giving me the heads up that he had found them. All right, a couple other gaming related purchases. Part of the reason of doing the stream is everything has just been sitting in a pile, and I haven't been able to enjoy any of it until I go through the stream, document what I got, and then I can, install things or put things where they go. I did get a hard drive for my PlayStation 5, so I'm able to add 2 terabytes. Couldn't have come at a better time because I have filled that drive already on 2 different occasions. I had to go through and delete things, so having a new drive will help immensely. So looking forward to getting that installed. Another new purchase for me. This is an off-brand, but I got a Steam Deck dock. So to go with my Steam Deck that I picked up this year, this will allow me to output it over HDMI, so I can capture from it or stream from it if I wanted to. Also, earlier in November, I picked up a Razer Edge, which is a Android handheld gaming device, and it uses USB-C as well, so that would be compatible with the dock, and I could capture or stream from this too. So that's kind of a neat thing. I'll be able to use this for 2 different things. Set that aside. Okay, now we're going to get into the actual games. So I know we went through some games already, but these are the ones that I got. Starting with a set of games I picked up from GameStop. Right off the bat, Talos Principle 2. I beat the first one in 2024. I've heard some mixed things on the second one. A lot of people really, really liked it, but then some people whose opinions I respect, they weren't really into it. But it was only $15 new, so I was definitely willing to give it a shot for $15 physical. The frustration here is this is one of the games that GameStop sent to me brand new, but no seal. It's opened. They sold this to me as new, but it came to me opened. So it's just one of those frustrating things of working with GameStop. But everything seems to be included. So I guess for that price point, I guess I can't throw too much of a fit. Also picked up Yars Rising, which is from the old Atari game. This is a gated exploration game with some hacking segments that play like the old Atari 2600 game. So I'm looking forward to giving that one a shot. Reviews are pretty decent on it, but even if the reviews weren't super good, I like these kind of new imaginings for these old retro games, so I'm way willing to give it a shot. Yeah, this guy says, damn GameStop and their new open games. It's kind of incredible they get away with that. If I did that on eBay, I wouldn't be a seller on there anymore. Alright, here is one that I had to fix a frustration. I picked up PlayStation 5, the Atari 50 Expanded Edition. I had already purchased the original edition, and then they expanded it with DLC, and so it was a little frustrating, but I was able to get this for a decent value, and then I sold my previous copy that I had. So this upgrades what I already had, and it should have all the DLC on disc. At least I hope it does. Alright, now we get into when Black Friday really hit, and everyone was going crazy with deals. So some of the ones I was already interested in looking forward to buying. One was Smurfs Dreams. It's a kind of a bird's eye 3D platformer, kind of like Super Mario 3D World. There's a demo available. When the publisher put press release out, they are comparing it to the quality and style of a Mario game, which of course got my attention. And from what I played of the demo, seems pretty decent. I didn't necessarily want to pay full price for it, but for the holiday it dropped down to $30 physical, and like I said, that's a sweet price point. There's not much I wouldn't drop 30 for if I was already interested in it. So I'm very much looking forward to giving that one a run through. Another one that I got, this will excite some people. I'm a little excited, but I'm also a little scared. I got Elden Ring. They dropped for $20. To have a game with this pedigree and behind it for only $20, I couldn't say no. Now, I'm still not sure that it's the right kind of game for me. I have not had great experiences with Souls-likes, but everyone says it's, you know, one of the more accessible ones from FromSoft. So I am absolutely willing to give it a shot, and I hope I can get into it and enjoy it as much as everyone else has. So, but I'm willing to go. See, I'm more of a Smurfs kind of guy. You guys got me wanting to play Elden Ring, so I will give it a shot. And now we're getting into, so a lot of the games that I haven't bought over the years, there's reasons I haven't purchased them. And this is a game that I've turned down buying multiple times. But when it went to 30, and this was the first time I saw it at 30, I just couldn't say no. I picked up Nintendo Switch Sports. Come on, Cam. This comes with the leg strap, yada, yada, yada. I'm kind of over the Wii Sports thing. I am not sure how much I'll play it, but at least it'll be here, and it'll be a good accessible game if we have a bunch of people around. We still see kids come to stay and visit, every so often, so that would be one that I could pull out for them. I'm willing to give it a shot, but I'm just not so big into the sports thing. But like I said, for $30, I really, in first party Nintendo, I had a hard time turning it down. I turned it down for $40 multiple times. But when it went down to 30, I don't know. It's that stupid collector's instinct in me. I couldn't say no. And so I didn't. I bought it. I have been, especially for the last few years, a lot more particular and picky on the games that I buy. Just as far as, like, if I already have multiple games in my backlog, I don't need to buy the newest sequel if I haven't played the previous games yet. And that's what happened here. But again, it was... Nintendo games never go down to $30, so they were selling Pikmin 4 for $30, and I had to buy it. I've got 1, 2, and 3. I've got 1 and 2 twice, and I need to play them all. But yeah, I wasn't gonna buy 4 until I'd played the others, but I just could not turn it up, so I didn't. Same thing with Silent Hill 2 remake. Never expected a $70 brand new game to be sold for $30. And so, again, Bloober Team, they lot of good press on this. A lot of people said it's a very worthy game to put some time into. So, with all that going on, yeah, I really just had to. I couldn't turn it down. And then some of these, like Spider-Man 2, I should have already had. But I chose not to buy it because, it was kind of higher priced. And for the longest time, it was on PlayStation Plus, I believe. And I haven't played the previous 2 Spider-Man yet. But now I don't think it's on Plus anymore. And so, if I'm going to play it at all, it's better that I own it than rely on it being on PlayStation Plus. And same story with God of War Ragnarok. For the longest time, this was available as PS Plus, PlayStation 5 version. I think it's not on there anymore. So even though I'm a few entries behind on playing my God of War games, it's nice to put this on the shelf so that I know it'll be there when I finally get to it. So this is one, there's a little story behind this. I bought it for $30, and then after I received it from Walmart for $30, Amazon marked it down to $25. Any other time of year, that's fine. I wouldn't have done anything about it. But for this time of year, yeah, I absolutely returned the Walmart one and bought it again off Amazon for $25. There's just something that brings out the stinginess in me over the holidays, so that's what I got to do. Here's a couple. I don't know that there's enough people in the stream to pick up on this. Woot was selling some Switch games. So I got Super Mario Party Jamboree and World Championship NES Edition. And if you know Switch games, maybe you see it right away. But do you notice anything about these games? I'll give you a minute. There's something a little unusual about these. I'm wondering if anyone can notice it. While you look, I will say that this one I picked up for $20. It's not the special edition, it's just a standard edition, and I thought $20 was an acceptable price for that. And then this was one of the few that I paid more than $30 for, because it was something like $50, and then they took 20% off of that. So Scotch has no idea. I'll tell you what, something's missing on the cover. Do you see anything that's not on the cover that should be? here is another purchase from Woot. It might give you a little bit of a clue. I picked up Super Mario RPG as well. I've got the original for the Super Nintendo. This looks like such a cute remake. I was on the fence of getting it for the longest time. Was supposed to be on Switch covers. It's okay, Scotch. I'm going to tell you right away here. And again, I think he's got it. I wasn't going to get it, but this game has dropped in price for a while. And then through the Woot special, it was $30, but then 20% off of that. So it saved me a little bit more. Very cute, very fun game. And it really kind of looks gorgeous on the Switch. So I'm looking forward to going through it again. I haven't gone through it in years. And Scotch is right. The ratings are missing. So this was disclosed in the listing on Woot. So this wasn't a surprise to me. This is the UK version with a PEGI rating. No problem, because the Switch is not region locked. So the cartridge that's in here will work just fine in the Switch. The only thing that would be iffy is if there's DLC attached to this game. I would have to download it from the UK Switch shop. But this doesn't have DLC. I don't have to worry about that. I don't even think if there's a patch that it matters. But it would still be free and easy to open up an account for a UK address if I needed to. But I don't think it's a problem. People buy and sell these online all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. These are a little bit different because they're not the UK version. These are, what does it say? Middle East and Southeast Asia versions. So there recently games released or Switch games released in that territory have stopped having ratings on the front cover. It's not a US title, so they don't have to have the ESRB ratings on the back either. But the odd thing is, when I open these up, I'm told that it's going to be the US cartridge on the inside. So, it's just international trade thing. They take the excess, or not the excess, they have the North American cartridge and they just package it again for sale in this territory. So even if there's DLC to worry about, this should be the North American cartridge on the inside. I haven't opened these yet, as you can tell, to verify that. And I'm not worried about that being false because, again, the Switch doesn't have region locking, so it won't matter if that's not entirely true. But it's kind of cool that I got these covers without being marred by the rating on it. So that's kind of a neat thing. And it's just one of those things certain places online sell from different territories. So if you could actually choose these intentionally if you wanted to. These just happen to be the ones that Woot was selling. Woot is owned by Amazon. I don't know if you know that site. But anyway, so that's how I ended up with those. And that's kind of cool. Now, I got a few regrets. Out of all these that I did buy, there are games that I didn't. Okay? So we'll talk about my gaming regrets. Along with God of War, one of the ones that I really thought I ought to pick up is the Horizon sequel, the Forbidden West. And there's a regular edition and a complete edition, but no one really had it for any kind of a markdown beyond. It normally sells for $40 anyway, so I never saw it for any kind of a special value, so I didn't pick up that game. So that is one of my regrets. Another regret would be Astrobot. I'm not against paying full price for it. It seems like a game that everyone has enjoyed enough that it'd be worth paying for full price. But I was just hopeful that with the sales going on, there was a lot of places marked it down to $50. There was a rumor that Walmart was going to mark it down to $40, but that never actually came true. So everyone only had it for $50. And just with the size of my backlog, I figured, well, for $50, I really would like to play it, but also I can wait. I mean, I've got all this. I don't have to be greedy. And then Best Buy sent me an email, said, well, here's $10 off if you want to buy something. And I did, and they had Astrobot for $50, so I took $10 off and got it for $40. Oops, lost a game. So I did end up, I was able to get Astrobot for $40. And then I was done. That was my last purchase. There was no more. I was a little sad that I didn't get Mario and Luigi Brothership. That was another one of I am so behind on that series, but it is the new release. I would have liked to have gotten it. But, it's too new. No one really had any markdowns for it, except eBay sent me a email that said, if you'll take $15 off of something for $50, we'll do that. So I found someone selling Mario and Luigi for $50 and got $15 off of it, and that took it down to $35. So I was able to luck into one more brand new release for well under full price. And that's literally all I got for my pickup haul this year, which is plenty. And now that I've done my stream, I can sort everything, get everything organized, install my hard drive, put everything where it goes, and finally kind of straighten up in this living room. So that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna go ahead and step on out of here. Scotch, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you stopping by, and we will talk to you later.